Calling all beings. Calling all beings.
Can somebody give me an amen up in this place? Yes! Ha! Welcome back to Calling All Beings. I'm your host, DJ, along with my homie right over there over the left shoulder. What your name is?
Boston Bia.
That's right, Boston Bia. Amen. Wait a minute, shouldn't have done it like that. Should have faded out. Okay, we'll fix that. Welcome back, Boston Bia. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
You doing big things, making things happen, right?
You know it.
Looking cool, being cool, and setting the example, working out, right?
Of course.
All right, our guest is gonna try to bring himself to your. Oh man, let me get rid of this. Let me go back to this. Before. Oh, I got Allison Black in there again. Okay. I just got nice job on the graphic from the chief of police of Worcester. So, all right, how's that on the graphic that you made today? Good job, Bia. Okay.
No problem.
All right. So before we bring on our guest, I just want to promo something. This gentleman is going to be coming on with us, and we are going to share the stage with him. It's going to be the first type of military show that we have done on CAB. And let me see if I can get this to go. Oh man, I don't know what kind of craziness I've gotten up to here. Here we go. Okay, now I got it. So coming to you in November, this is going to be their first of its kind. Green Beret Jay Dorlius. He is a native of Haiti, an immigrant from Haiti who moved to Brooklyn, who became a Green Beret, and he is now mentoring the next generation of warfighter for America. That's what his goal is, and that's what he does. And also, he has an initiative to house homeless veterans. I love Jay's podcast. It's called The Green Beret Chronicles. And some of his shows are absolute fire. He will take on any topic. He has no fear of who he takes on in the military. If he thinks something's messed up, he will say it, and he will also tell you what is absolutely amazing about every single branch in the military. So he's agreed to come on with us in November. So we will be sharing his book, No Excuses, throughout. Now, what we're going to do is bring up the book of our guest tonight. This gentleman was on with us recently. He is the author of Contact and Control. He is a Freemason, a Rosicrucian. He's a brilliant man. We've known him in the UFO community for going on 5 years now, almost as long as we've had CAB going. Actually, I think that's around how long ago that we met John. And, guys like this that have put a lot of thought into what happens in the community, what is being said, what is being unsaid. And he is privy to knowledge that perhaps not everybody is. And he looks for sources of knowledge that are not necessarily public, but then he shares kind of the tenets of what that his study has informed with the public and why we should be able to know certain things. So John has had paranormal and UFO experiences, and it is an honor to have him back on Calling All Beings. So without further delay, party people, put those hands together for my man, Jon Majerowski.
DJ, I loved it. I love the intro, man. You just are the man. I don't know how you do it.
Give me an amen for John. Where's those applause, Bia? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, dude, you are so rad. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much, sir. You are as well. I'm hearing a bit of echo in the background.
Oh, yeah. Looks like some audio's jacked up here.
I think you've got your speakers on, mate.
Yeah. I'm going to Let me bounce out maybe real quick and see if I can come
or
back.
check that audio. You use StreamYard, right?
Yeah, and something's weird.
So go to settings, look at audio, and see if speakers are set to headphones or the external laptop or computer speakers. Should be good to go, because now it sounds good. All right.
Well, because he's not talking.
Oh, well, it could be that too. See, look at that troubleshooting B is doing. People, John's the one in cybersecurity. So look.
How about now?
That's
we're good, mate.
All right, yeah.
I want to start off with a video and then get your reaction.
Oh.
Yeah, see that? We're already putting you into the test.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's see
what we got here. These bookmarks.
Nice to see you, Bia, by the way.
Nice to see you too, John.
People always say that about her. Yeah. Strangely enough,
well,
they don't
say nice to see you, DJ. They just say
nice to hear you.
Yeah, nice to hear you, DJ. Nice to see you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, you know,
if people are wondering why I do YouTube, now you know. Now I'm looking for this one with Congressman Burleson, who I had to check because I thought he was from Ohio, and which is your native state, and it turns out he's not.
No, he's Missouri.
He is from Missouri. You're right.
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very strong. Yeah, I want to play this clip because that's probably what I should put in there is put in Burleson. Because Burleson.
Did you do something new? Did he?
Yeah, I bookmarked it, and I don't know why I'm not seeing it because I bookmarked it today, but he did an excellent interview. Of course, Ross probably ran it like 3 times. Ross loves Burleson, man.
Yeah,
you know, this is August 22nd. Okay, this one's talking about government propping up failing businesses. That definitely is not where we want to go. Oh, this one is. Okay. All right, I think I found it. Good evening, chat. Say hello to the chat, Bia. Who do we got in there?
Look
who's here.
Yes.
Hey, Dennis. How you doing, brother? Are you going to come eat pizza with me? Because we've already got Lulu Bell on board, man. You don't want to fail us now. And Terry's on board. Terry's going to be there, the paisan. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
All right. Let me stop sharing this.
I like pizza.
It doesn't show according to your physique. Would not suggest that you like pizza, but okay.
I missed lunch today. That was a rough one. I missed lunch. Busy.
People like me, we don't miss lunch. Okay.
Republican Congressman from Missouri, a member of the task force on the declassification of federal secrets. We continue to receive of recovered craft.
If it's echoing, it's probably my fault. I can probably kill this.
Programs that may have
no, you're fine. I think that was delayed.
Government oversight. Those claims point to specific facilities, contractors, records, and people. We continue to depend on whistleblowers to provide this critical information, but these whistleblowers are being terrorized. Mr. President, I'm asking for you to directly restore what many of these brave whistleblowers have already lost: their pensions, their clearances, and other benefits. Provide immunity for anyone and everyone who has already come forward and for those who will come forward. And now we ask that you open the doors and let them speak, not only to Congress, but to the public. This is the moment. Use the authority that you have been given because the American people are behind you on this, and the time is now.
John, take it away.
Well, so that's James Fox has been doing that. He's been filming all the whistleblowers and he's been putting them out sporadically. I would say sporadic. It's probably a cadence on Twitter and Facebook and wherever else, right? And, they're trying to publicly address Trump and get more publicity around it by doing that, which isn't bad. Hey, what's up, Jules? And it's a decent push. You get a face out there. You try to get somebody out there to say, hey, we have these people and we want to do this. It was interesting that if you've seen any of the Bigelow podcasts, the recent Bigelow podcast,
I have not the latest, but yeah, they're excellent. I think.
Yeah, it was interesting to see that Bigelow was in February with a stack of papers and had an hour with Trump and basically pitched Trump to do disclosure, and it was interesting to see that, he thought that was a big deal, and that they're, well, I mean, I think it was public that they were friends, and he donated significantly. Oh, hey, Kate, what's up? I know everybody in here. Hey, everybody in the chat. Yeah. So like, there's, interesting to see that dichotomy where, you got a billionaire that's been donating to Trump forever, and they're close enough that he gets an hour to basically pitch this. And then after that, a few months after that, we have the tranches, the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5 releases to see how it's going. I don't know. I still believe that there's a longer game at play, that there's always been this whole timeline, this plan that's 8 to 10 years, I think it was. Oh, thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'm reading chats.
That's Sarah, one of our amazing mods right there.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. So yeah, I think that it's interesting to see how they're doing the public part of it, right? And they're trying to do the push for it, but to get the public behind it, sure. But it's still, mainstream media is just glossing over it, right? It's just like a glossing of the whole topic. They're just like, oh yeah, big deal. And a lot of people just don't care either too, right? It's just oh great, blurry videos.
Can you speak to that, John, as far as so if the president's behind it, I mean, because what you just said right there with Robert, you would think that Brendan Fugel and Robert could both get there. Well, let's just start there. Let's start with the first thing that you said. You said, it was great. Robert went there with a stack of papers, and Robert is extremely well-spoken on this topic. And the job that George Knapp did, I actually watched these on the way to New York. Somebody sent them to me on Twitter. So on the way to my trip to New York, I was watching them. Oh, it was BB Egan. Hi, BB. Thank you for doing that. That sent me that. He's actually from the Karen Reed community, but he sent me these, also UFO interested. We have a lot of these crossovers here. Dennis, are you a crossover, or is it just if they're going to land in Ken? Just asking. But anyway, so with that, do you think that they would have an effect on the president, even if, say, Robert and Brandon both spent an hour to an hour and a half with the president? I think he seems to be for it, but what is your take on that?
I don't know. I mean, I think that honestly, I hate to say this and people will probably disagree, but I don't think he's in control of this topic.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I understand what you're talking about. Okay.
Thanks, Jules. Yeah. I don't think that he has, I don't think he has the clearance, or not even the clearance. I don't think he can pull the trigger on things that we would necessarily think that it'd be okay. So maybe, the push from Fox and everybody else is to, give amnesty to everybody. Okay. That's always been the push, right? Hey, we did a bunch of bad things for a long time to our own people. And we've done that historically, right? Just name a billion different things, right? MK Ultra, blah, 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 whatever. But, give us amnesty and we'll come out and we'll keep it all clean. But obviously we've seen history repeat itself, and all of this is just pay attention to the left hand and don't watch what the right hand's doing, right? And a lot of that is basically what's still going on. We're going to get the disclosure. We're going to get the disclosure that you need, based by the government's understanding of what you're going to digest, and that's what you're going to get, right? You're going to get whatever they're going to tell you and nothing more. So I'm always, I hate to be cynical like that, but history repeats itself and it just plays out that way. So,
well, that's happened already, right? Because they've already said you have whistleblower protection. I mean, that they've I think within the last 2 weeks they've said that. So, but still, people feel. I believe it was this gentleman was on with I want to say he was on with American Alchemy with Jesse.
Dylan Borland. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Dylan was like, no, I don't. No, I'm sorry. I don't. I'm not. Yeah. Not buying it.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys. I mean, people are still saying that Arrow is basically a fly trap, like, hey, come to me and tell me your story so that I can muzzle you. And then basically, disavow everything that you said and, make you shut up. And a lot of people believe that, I don't know if it's true. I mean, there's a lot of people that have been harassed, some of the harassment things, some of the things that you hear about, People being threatened and things like that, whistleblowers and just crazy, weird things, One of the ones that stuck out to me was there was people that were whistleblowers woke up with big X marked in chalk on their sidewalk or in their driveway in front of them randomly, right? Just weird things, or people, houses broken into, nothing taken, things moved around.
Yes.
Just to basically say, hey, we can get you whenever we want you, and, just kind of put that fear in you so that your own imagination runs wild. It's not overtly going, hey, shut up or I'm going to end you. It's kind of like your dog goes missing, or your cat or, weird things. Right. So, it's interesting to see. And then you go, well, who's doing that? Right. I have my theories, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's somebody that we can point to in a 3-letter agency per se.
In effect, it really doesn't matter who's doing it. We know who it's at the behest of. It's like when Litvinenko got killed. We don't. I don't know if we know exactly who did the job, but we know who it was at the behest of. So we know who was the author of that idea and that plan. So
Yeah.
Go ahead, Boston Bia.
I was going to say, do you think this is just a distraction?
Oh yeah, mute.
No, I can hear her.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Wow.
Oh.
This is the same thing that happened last time, Bia.
And it wasn't me.
And it wasn't you. Can you do that song from Shaggy? Go ahead.
It wasn't me.
Yeah. Do you want me?
That's weird. Do you want me to jump out?
Do you want me to try to do my audio again? See if I can mess it up.
No, you know what? Like when this happened a week ago, the same thing happened where the audience can hear Bia, I can hear her, but the other guest could not. If you could try to go back out and then come back in the studio, we'll try that.
Yeah. All right, Rad. Cool.
Thank you.
Give me a second. Sure.
Yeah, no problem. And Bia, you got the next question because I can just keep.
I know. Settle down, boy.
Hey! Me, Bia, me, tough girl.
All right. So, it's interesting.
What do you want to talk about? You want to ask him? Oh, Boogie's. Hey.
Hey, Boogie. Good to see you.
What's up, Holmes? All right.
All right.
All right, John. Let's see if you can hear Boston.
Can you hear me?
I don't hear anybody now.
Oh,
you don't? Oh, Christ.
You guys can hear me, and I can hear either one of you. That's perfect.
All right, Boston Bia, you try to roll out
again.
and come back.
I'm going to try that. See what
but
happens.
if you can hear me and he can hear me, but he can't hear you.
Be right back.
Yeah, it's him.
No, he said he couldn't hear either of us.
Right. That's why he's leaving and coming back. But you want me to leave too?
Try it. I mean, I don't know what else to do. Otherwise, I'm going to leave and come back too. I can do that.
No, I can.
Yeah. Try it and
I'll
see
leave.
what happens.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, guys. The technical fairies have gotten to us. If you notice, I haven't shaved. That's probably why my face looks a little. Anyway, all right. How's everyone? Hello, Boogie and Amy. We said hi to the Jules. Oh, Jules gave us 2 jewels, 2 sparkles. Thank you, Jules. Here we go. All right, here we go. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3.
Hello.
No, I'm just. Can you hear me?
Yes, of course.
Tommy, can you hear me? And then we'll try John. John's probably going to restart his computer. And then we have something starred. We got 2
All right,
jewels.
what do you have?
Do you know what jewels
nice.
are? What are jewels?
Yes. So they're like
Hey.
right,
Jazz
hold on.
hands.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
It's Safari. Just don't do Safari.
Oh, I
Okay.
know. Yeah, I don't use Safari with StreamYard only for this reason. The only thing I'll do with it is sometimes I'll share tabs from it if there's no audio. But if I'm going to use audio, I share them from Chrome.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this to a guy who's like a computer expert. Go figure.
No, I just.
You're a computer expert. Don't fool nobody here, John. Christ almighty.
Nah.
All right, John. So my question
Okay.
to you is, do you think this is just part of a bigger distraction? And why now? Why now?
Is what part of a bit distraction? Just so I know what
The
you mean.
disclosure. We're
Oh.
he knows what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I want to make sure I know.
I think that there's a bigger play that's happening that's going to be involve space, and I say that in the terrestrial sense, where we have a bunch of assets. I mean, more assets than we'll publicly ever admit. My book touches on a lot of it, but also there's other peer adversaries. So we have China, we have Russia, we have other countries that are just now playing in the mix, and we're going really hard. Space Force is going. I think I can't remember what the budget request was, but I think it was in the trillions, right? It was something crazy because they wanted to dominate the air, right? Or the space, space, just like we do the air, the sea, the land on Earth. We need to do that the same in outer space. And I think there's going to be a bigger play with that publicly, because I think a lot of the things that they've been able to hide, right? There's not a lot of people going up there and figuring out satellites, but then we have commercial space now. We have all these other things. So I think that there's a lot of ambiguity of things that we're seeing that may be terrestrial in origin, and I think that the UFO topic has always been a really good place to hide advanced technologies and anything else, right? So if you put a lot of focus on that, it kind of diverts attention away from prosaic things. So I'm sure that, the disinformation hand in that is always useful, and it always has been. I mean, I think Rubio said that in one of his podcasts recently as well. Rubio did I can't remember who he was talking about, but basically he said, I'm still really interested. We don't know what they are. They're flying overhead. And it's been a good cover. I think he literally, it's part of the quote. He's like, it's been a good cover to cover, secret programs that we've been using for years, and it still is. I think he literally said that, and he's like, but it's not my problem now, it's somebody else's. I was like,
Right.
Cool, right? It's like, yeah. So there's a small percentage of that. I'm not over here saying that I believe that it's all terrestrial, that it's all man-made and everything else. I'm just saying that.
Thank you, Jono.
Oh yeah, right.
Just some memberships.
That there is a bigger play to all of it, and there's a lot of people focusing on just one spot. But I think there's a growing number of people that are focusing on the other side as well, on the deception. So yeah, I think it's both, really.
So do you think, regardless of who the administration was, you think this would be happening now, regardless of who was in office?
I do.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, read the end of this one right here. Love that accent. But ham up that Boston accent a little bit.
Regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless. That's awesome. Yeah. I think there was a definite play, and I don't think that it's an administration thing. I have heard off the record. And I don't know. I have no way to prove this, but I've heard off the record that the Republican presidents and administrations have a wider breadth and more knowledge on the situation, or read in more than the Democrats for some reason. I don't know what that means, and I'm neither, right? So I'm just saying that from what I heard, that that Democratic administrations are more pushed away, and I think that there may be some more, but I don't understand the rationale behind that. I can theorize, but I don't know. But I've heard that, and yeah, I think it's just a timeline that they had in play, and it was going to play out no matter what. But I think obviously the people, the places, the things change, and then you have wild cards that happen, and yeah. Hopefully that answers that question.
I'm a wild card, baby.
We got that right.
So, okay. So here's a question, John. For the uninitiated, because we want to kind of understand some things about you and what forms your perspective and forms your lens through which you view the UFO and paranormal phenomena.
Yeah.
Explain. This is a two-prong question. Prong number one is, what is for the uninitiated, what is Rosicrucianism? And then we will give you prong two after you answer prong one.
Oh, wow. Okay, so historically, Rosicrucianism is basically, I guess from the people from the UFO world would consider it the invisible college, right? So it's literally a college that I'm in my Rosicrucian order, but my Rosicrucian order is a branch of Masonry. So Freemasonry, you have to be a Freemason, and then it's a branch tied to Freemasonry. So it's an invite-only order, and we call it a college because we learn, we study, we write papers, we present papers, we have working, meetings where we're trying things out. And historically, it goes back to, Christian Rosicrucian was the person who kind of started, and I say person loosely because it wasn't a bunch of people probably put together, or many pseudonyms put together. But basically, what it came out was that during the time, you couldn't go against the church. You couldn't practice any type of any science, alchemy, I think it was called at the time. Any of that. You were being labeled as, blasphemous, devil worshiper, and you were literally burned at the stake. So there was a lot of people at the time that wanted to meet, that wanted to share ideas, and wanted to further science and knowledge, and they had to do it in secret. So they did that through Rosicrucianism, where you were, asked to join. Somebody that was in, you became a member, and you started going about the work, about learning about the secrets of the universe via nature and life, and science that we understand it is today, observation, testing, things like that, and then philosophy too, and all of those things wrapped together. So it's basically working out the great mysteries of life, but at the same time understanding all of the world's religions and all the elements that put together everything on Earth. So. And basically, it helps you to become a better man as well. So, which is one of the things that tenets of Masonry always is. So, from that perspective, that's the SRICF, which is what I'm a member of. That's America. SRICA is Europe, and there's a couple other for different continents. There are non-Masonic branches of Rosicrucianism where it's open to men and women, and anybody can just show up. And hey, you want to? Okay, cool. Here's your $500 or whatever, and you're a Rosicrucian, and here's a bunch of pamphlets. I don't know. I don't pretend to understand what the other one is because I've never dove deep into it. But there's a non-Masonic branch of Rosicrucianism that is. I don't pretend to understand what they do. So I think there's a little bit of crossover in there, but like I said, I'm not sure. Did that answer the question? I think.
Yeah, very, very similar beginnings to the Illuminatus. It's a very similar. Well, they were basically persecuted in the same way, and there are different orders that went underground because I think it was the Illuminatus. I could be a different society that went underground because they were being persecuted by the church, and if you practiced it, you were basically going to die.
Well, Freemasons are still being persecuted by the church, believe it or not. We're still being excommunicated as Catholics. Anyway, there's I think it was like 2 years ago now. There were so many men becoming Masons in the Philippines that whoever the cardinal is or the head of the Philippines came out and reiterated the decree from 587 or 857 or whatever, that if you're a Freemason, you'd be excommunicated and you can no longer be part of the Catholic Church. And they came out and they said, yeah, that's still the same. And everybody kind of caused a big stink, and I got really pissed about it. And, I reached out to some people and I said, what's going on? Why in the Philippines, and why all of a sudden did they have to bring this back up? And I found out through some people that there were so many men in the Philippines becoming Freemasons where previously they've been they were members of the Catholic Church there. And what they were doing was what Freemasons do, making the whole world better around them, right? They were building playgrounds and schools and roads and improving the environment around them. And they were all doing this, their own labor, their own money, they're helping out the community. And the church started to see the coffers dip a little bit.
They're like, wait a minute, we got to put a stop to that.
Yep. And then they pulled out the decree from whatever saying, hey, guess what? If you're a Freemason, you're going to hell.
We will kill you.
Yeah. So it was like, wow. And this is 2025, right? I mean, what is going on? So it's just one of those things where it's just still kind of interesting how to see that. But yeah, and then other countries. I mean, obviously World War II was a huge deal. I mean, the Nazis hunted us like they hunted everybody else. They're still some of the Eastern Bloc countries. They don't like Freemasons either. So everybody's kind of kept underground. They're secretive and things like that in different countries as well. So, yeah, it sucks. But
Is it bad that when you said it's still the same, I thought of the song from Bob Seger?
wow,
You probably don't know that one. All right, moving right along.
I'm
I
singing
know
in my head
Julie
now. I'm
knows it.
singing it in
It's
like, oh,
still
shit.
the same.
Yeah. Just echoing now in my head.
I know Jules knows it. All right. So, okay. So then I'm going to change the second
Yeah.
prong of the question because
Sure.
of the fact that I feel like your Freemasonry and your Rosicrucianism are tied together.
Mm-hmm.
So how do they form? How do you feel they've changed perhaps the prism through which you view phenomena?
Ooh, that's a good one, man.
That's what they're paying me all this money for. I don't make anything.
Tens of dollars. That's what I tell everybody. How much are you making on the book? I say tens of dollars.
And you know what, though, man? It's a lifetime achievement, man. You know,
It is,
like
it
your
is.
degree never
yeah.
goes away, baby.
Heck yeah.
Never goes
If I can
away.
get out of the red on the book, I'd be happy.
You're okay. You can afford it. I love that you did it, man. I mean,
Oh, thank you so
becoming
much.
an author puts you. I mean, like I said, it's your material is immortalized.
Oh, it's so weird to think about it like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely wanted just to get it out there from a different perspective than everybody else had been presented, and then with basically as much, data as I could. I mean, that's what took me so long. I think there's 500 plus endnotes that I'm not making any of this up. Go look it up. This is all real. This is legitimate topics that you can find everywhere. So yeah, it was wild, man. But, yeah, what was the question, dude?
So the question basically is, how do you feel?
Oh, the
that
lens.
How has Rosicrucianism and Freemasonry formed the lens you feel like that maybe would have been different if you weren't part of those orders?
Okay, cool. So one of the things that I noticed is when I became a Freemason, there's things all around us in plain sight that we walk past every single day that we just ignore, like signs and symbols, right? The Masonic square and compass is kind of, people know what that is a little bit, but there's other Masonic symbols and signs that are everywhere, and you wouldn't notice. You literally walk past them on building corners all the time. There'd be a cornerstone, right, with a Masonic marking on it, and you've driven past that thing a billion times in your life, but you've never seen it, right? And so it's interesting because after that, and going through the lectures and learning everything I could about Masonry, it's almost like I think the quote is something for those with the eyes to see, right? So the little things that I'd never noticed before were just there, right? And then I paid attention to things. And Masonry ties a lot to, inner work about, working on yourself to make yourself a better person. But like I said earlier, like making everything around you better, everybody around you better, and all those things. And also for me, it ties to nature. There's a lot of things that are allegorical for nature that are around, and then you look like, be ever industrious as the bee, right? I don't know if I just spilled a secret or whatever, but there you go. There's one, right? So why would you be ever industrious as a bee? Think about how a bee works. A bee is always laboring, right? It's just always going out, gathering pollen, coming back, building the hive, working nonstop, right? Doing things to take care of the queen and everything else. And it's almost like perfection. Everybody has their job and everybody's doing it. And, the honeycombs are always the same diameter. And it's just interesting to see how that whole thing works. And now through science we look at it and it's like, holy shit, they can see colors that we can't. They can see a whole spectrum of light that that's not even visible to humans. Some people say that the way they fly shouldn't even, they're too heavy to even create flight. What is it going on? So there's a whole bunch of mysteries around it, and that's something that we see every single day. I just think of it as a bug and it goes away. So with the phenomenon, it's interesting to turn it onto that lens, right? So what are these things that we're seeing in the sky? If you take it, is it nature? Are we ascribing something to it that we really shouldn't? And, thinking it's a machine or, somebody from outer space or another planet. I mean, is it connected to us more so or the planet than it is something that people told us to believe? I don't know. People said bees were bad and they're, get rid of them. But now, we look at the research.
Oh my God, they're pollinating all these plants.
Yeah.
How do we get rid of them? We can't grow stuff.
We couldn't exist, right? So it's interesting to see the correlation between the things all around us all the time that we just take for granted. When you kind of open up your eyes and research it more, and then turning that to the phenomenon, I think was awesome for me too, because I came at it from a different perspective, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's plus there are certain historical perspectives that are shared with you that have not been shared with us, unless you have access to like I said, like a Diana Pasulka or Timothy Taylor that maybe got into the Vatican archives. It's possible that your histories, the history of these societies, go back long enough that potentially there is information in there. Potentially, I'm not asking you to reveal anything. That could I'm not. I'm honestly not. But I'm just saying you baked in there potentially some knowledge of the phenomenon from long before, I'm not going to say before written history.
So we call it
modern history.
Time immemorium is what we say in Masonry. So before recorded history, Masonry existed before recorded history is what we were taught, right? That in some form or another, time immemorium, right? So before anybody decided to write anything down, and it existed pretty much in a standard form in the 3 degrees as it is now for that time, right? For the entire time. You got your entered apprentice, fellowcraft, master mason, the 3 degrees, right? It's interesting to see that exist. And then what does it mean? That a lot of people, and I say this all the time, there's a lot of guys that want to join because they think it's awesome. And when we go through this amazing ritual, and like I said, a lot of the secrets, everybody's like, oh God, what's the secret? Well, a lot of the secrets are how we recognize each other to know that somebody's a Mason or not, right? And that's a secret. So somebody can't come up and say, hey, what's up, brother? And, pretend to be a Mason. And there are certain things that we would know that somebody off the street wouldn't. Now with the internet, there's probably a lot of shit that's already out there, but there's other things, right? There's other things that you could tell by just the way the person acts and things they could say. But that's what a lot of the secrets were, right? A lot of the signs and symbols and things like that. But the other part of that is, the lessons that you learn while you go through these degrees. You go through a degree physically where you do things, but then after that you have a lecture and you learn this same type of lecture that's, like I said, been given since time immemorial about a lot of different things about history, about nature, about, music, anything, right? All these different things that kind of just instill this knowledge that if you go down to it, like core truths of what we understand as humans on the planet and how that affects you as a man. So, and what you can do in that role and, like I said, to better everything around you. So it's awesome, but everybody thinks it's, we're worshiping the devil and sacrificing babies or something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's, yeah. I'm going to ask you if you would tackle Jonna's question here about Tong DeLong Bia. Actually, had a very similar question earlier this week. So I'll let you tackle that and put some context into the Blink-182 guitar player who's been behind the scenes, perhaps very tied into UFOs for many years.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty cool. In my book, I went through, it took me a couple of years to dig deep, and there's a picture floating around of Tom in a apron, right? Getting his entered apprentice degree. And it was at a Prince Hall Lodge, and I named the lodge. I know where it's at, when it was. I found the records. Did happen. Tom DeLong is a brother, so he is a Master Mason.
Okay. Fair, good. Okay.
After that, you started seeing him with Blink-182 or Angels and Airwaves. He would have square and compass on his guitar a lot. He even had the fretboard at one point, like embossed with square and compasses, and you'd always stick like the car sticker on his thing. And if you look at the Angels and Airwaves logo for the band, it's basically a square and compass. it's what it is. It's just a square and compass. So I think he found Masonry. And my theory, I go about it, like I said, and I keep saying about the book, it's just lame. It's in the book. It's in the book. Buy the book. Hey, that guy.
Yeah,
it's in the book. Buy the book. Go get it.
She bought the book. Jonna has your book.
Oh, thank you.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, I've always said this before. When you're in a Masonic lodge, everybody's on the level, right? And that's kind of why the reason I named my YouTube channel UFOs on the Level, right? So it's just everybody's on the level. I'm literally sitting next to, a congressman, right? And to my left is the janitor of the high school. And we're all on the same level. We're all doing the same thing. Nobody's better than anybody else. And we're all, basically Masons, we're humans. We're having fun, right? This is what's going on. So I theorized in my book that at some point, DeLong, with his Masonic connections and all of his knowledge, reached out to some high-level brothers and was like, hey, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. Can you help me? And I bet you some of them said, yeah, cool. We've kind of been looking for this, And they were like, oh, all right. And then, wait, but I know another guy. I know another brother. All right. And because when you look at 2016, when they have To the Stars Academy on stage, it's like, how are these dudes all, there's no way any of these guys should be hanging out with each other at all. Like this is so weird. Like if this is not the worst op in CIA history, if it's something different, then in my mind, it went to Masonry. And I tell the story in the book is that I heard from a brother of mine that there was 4 guys from Ohio going to Canada. It's not that far. It's 45 minutes. They're going to Windsor to visiting another lodge, a Canadian lodge. And they got to the border and they were like, okay, what are you guys doing? They're like, we're going to go see our brothers. And the lodge is like, all right, well, you're an electrician. You're a financial planner. You're like a retired judge and you're like a, carpenter. What the fuck? You guys shouldn't be hanging out with each other. They're all different ages. This is crazy. Threw them out of the car, searched them all, ripped the car apart. They're like, you guys are, thinking they were terrorists. It's like, it doesn't make any sense for you guys to know each other or even be hanging out or in the car together. One of the other Mounties actually came up and was like, dude, I know these guys. They're going to my lodge. It's okay. And the guy's like, oh, okay, fine, fuck it. And then just let them go. But in my mind, I attributed that to like looking at them on stage, right? Like look at all these guys that shouldn't be hanging out, different ages, don't know each other, but they're all doing the same thing. So could be that some of them are Masonic. I've never been able to pin anybody else down that were part of To the Stars, but not saying that they're not, right?
I'm not saying they're not, man. All right, we're gonna get some reaction to this right here. This is Bia's cousin, Luis Elizondo. Let's go.
That's not your cousin.
No, but they are both
No.
Cubans. This is on the Kurt Mungle show.
You are way better looking than that
And then
dude.
you
There's no
clarified
way you're
that, and
related
you
to that
added
guy.
to that by saying sobering. Oh, I was wondering, we can get to that. And then also you mentioned that the charlatans of the world will be shown to be charlatans. And I, again, don't know much about this UFO community, but people in the comments were saying, did he mean Stephen Greer? So why don't you comment on that?
Is this older?
You
Yes.
can be as diplomatic as you like. I know that you're a relatively diplomatic person.
Yeah, let me start with by somber or sobering.
Just put it at
Imagine-
2x.
Imagine everything you've been taught, whether it's through Sunday school or through regular formal education in school, or what our political leaders have told us, and yes, even maybe our mothers and fathers around the dinner table have told us, or maybe at bedtime, about who we are, right, and our background and our past. What if all of that turned out to be not entirely accurate? In fact, the very history of our species, the meaning, what it means to be a human being and our place in this universe. What if all that is now in question? What if it turns out that a lot of the things that we thought were one way aren't? Are we prepared to have that honest question with ourselves? Are we prepared to recognize that we're not at the top of the food chain, potentially? That we're not the alpha predator, that we are maybe somewhere in the middle? It's interesting.
And just real quickly, not the alpha predator. That could be a reference to Bigfoot. That could be terrestrially. That could be a reference to another intelligence from elsewhere.
Interesting, because I was having a discussion with a friend not too long ago. A really, we call them graybeards in the government. Really smart guy. I'm not going to mention his name, but
I have a gray beard, but it wasn't me.
It wasn't me either.
It wasn't John.
And this is a guy who was always paid to solve the hard problems for the U.S. government. Cold War. How do we solve that? Right? How do we do these big things? How do we go in and beat the Russians at their own game? So this guy I respect tremendously, and we had a conversation. He said,
Jim Slabber.
Mankind's been around for a little while, and for most of that time, mankind's been around. We've been smack in the middle of the food chain. We've been, we ate a lot of things, and a lot of things ate us, and that's just the bottom line. And about 70,000 years ago, something fundamentally changed. Something changed, and our species was instantly catapulted to the very top of our planet as far as predatory animals.
Bia's thinking, yeah, I know. Look at me.
And now all of a sudden, we became the most feared. We were the most lethal and the most successful. In fact, most of the large species that existed on this planet went extinct because of us. Believe it or not, because we were eating all of it. There were a couple species that did very, very well with our ascension, our immediate ascension. And we brought a couple species with us. The dog is an example, where the dog species benefited greatly with mankind's ascension as the alpha predator and wound up succeeding as well, doing very well off of that. That changed the entire global landscape of our planet almost overnight. Large animals went extinct because of us. What if it turns out that there's another species?
I don't have enough whiskey for this.
Yeah, well, after this, going to break it all down, John. It's on you.
Jesus. I'm going to stand up and get more whiskey.
Go for it. I got to take a bio
break. Do we
break
need the social institutions that we have today? Will we need governmental and religious organizations that we have today if it turns out that there is something else or someone else that is technologically more advanced and perhaps from an evolutionary perspective more advanced? Have we been wasting our time all this time?
Yeah, Lou.
Or are we doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing?
Well, you're doing what you're doing, Lou.
Are we? Does it turn out that mankind is in fact just another animal in the zoo? Or because we thought ourselves as a zookeeper before, but maybe we're just another exhibit.
Oh, Lou, I can't with this guy.
All right, go ahead.
I can't.
Okay. Go ahead. Take it away, John.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I think Stephen Miller right now is playing that in the White House going, Lou, what did you mean by this? I'm just kidding. Well, let's go with Bia. Bia, what do
you think about that?
Yeah, I'm going to take a bio break. Take it away, Boston, Bia.
What do I think? I mean,
wait a minute. How about this? How do you was his comments made to inflict some type of emotion from you or the listener?
Yes.
What was that for you?
Just a reminder that we're not alone. There's something else out there. But then I kind of get spun around thinking, how safe are we? Because that's what comes to mind.
Fear.
Are we safe? Fear. Yeah.
Yeah. It's trying to scare you. For why?
Right.
Why? What would be the rationale to scare you about unforeseen things that we would not be on the top of the food chain, that something might come and eat us? So we have a solution. What would be the solution? So it's problem, reaction, solution, right? So the problem is we're not at the top of the food chain. Something might eat us. Something might come and get us, right? The reaction is fear.
Yeah.
What's the solution?
Well, I would look to our government to find the solution. I'm just an innocent bystander.
Right. So
I just live here and pay taxes.
Yeah. Right. So that is legit the play. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, government, please help me find the aliens."
Right. How does this affect my property taxes?
Right.
That's all I care about. All right.
The trash keeps going up. It's so expensive. But seriously, it's problem, reaction, solution. You're creating a problem. They already have the solution. They're creating the problem. So you react so they can provide you with the solution that they've already had figured out. All right. Give us more money. We're going to keep you safe from the Mongoloid aliens that are going to come down here and eat you. You know, I mean, shit. And I'm not saying what he's saying is completely wrong either. But DJ, you were the dude who had the show where Lou popped out the quote that I quoted in my book. You know, cited it, sourced it from there. Right? He's like, I'm not a UFO guy. I do counter intel and counter espionage. And I was asked to do that within the UFO community. There's all you need to know. I think that was Lou's quote, right? He's like, I'm not a UFO guy. Yes. I do counterinsurgents, counter intel, and I was asked to lend my skills to do this within the UFO community.
Okay.
So what is he doing? We just while you had the bio break. We were just talking about how it made her feel. That whole thing about Lou, and she said that it made her feel scared.
Yeah. Well, that is so. That really is not really about necessarily Bia. There's a lot of people that feel that way. For example.
Oh, right. It wasn't directly. I mean, the generalness of his statements was more of like, oh, I should, you know. Oh,
well, there's a couple of archetypes in this particular question. And like when there were all the UFO drone sightings in New Jersey and even in Massachusetts, there were some friends that called me that
Ohio, we had them here too. Yeah.
Never spoken UFOs with me that have said, hey DJ, what's going on? What do you
Why
think?
is this stuff in my sky?
These kinds of things. So there are those like you, perhaps, and myself, and maybe Jules that are comfortable with the unknown that we really don't know. There are other people that are not comfortable with it. There's no right and wrong in either one. But Bia just happens to be one of the people that's not comfortable not knowing what these things are and what their intention is. I'm okay with, we'll find out when we find out, if we find out during my lifetime. Because time for us, like the span of my lifetime, however long that's going to be, which in the span of the universe is obviously not very long. So we might not find out while I'm alive, you know what I mean? Or while she's alive. We just might not know. So I don't know. I mean, they've been around, the information, they've been around a lot longer than our lifespan, more than 5 times our lifespan.
Right. Well, chapter 4 of my book is hard. Everybody who's read it said, dude, why did you do that? And that chapter is time is not linear. Right.
Right.
And I go through that whole entire thing, or retrocausality and everything else with time, right? We think of time as a straight arrow. It's not. And we've done empirical experiments where we can see that basically time is a loop, or it all is occurring at the same exact time, all occurring at once. So the past, present, and future are all happening right now. Yeah. And you can influence all of those, right? You can, things you do now can actually influence the past, which is bizarre, right? Retrocausality.
I just want to say this flies in the face of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. You realize that you're challenging very hard science there.
Great movie.
That was supposed to be funny.
Great movie. Great movie.
Can you cue up the laughter for me, please?
I'll cue it up. Womp, womp, womp.
It's a great movie. Oh, no, not the boo. Not the boo.
But don't you think we've been kind of being pre-programmed all along? I mean, look at the cartoons.
Yeah.
Like I think this has been in the works for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's two sides of that, and there has to be, because we live in a dualistic universe, right? Where it's either good or bad, white or black, right or wrong. And there's the aliens that are going to come and kill us and eat us, and then there's the saviors that are going to come and save us from all the other madness that are happening, right? And there's nothing in between. I always like to say, why, everybody's like, well, if they're so advanced, why are they crashing? And oh my God, they can get here. They're so advanced. I'm like, what if they're like 50 years more advanced? There's just some rednecks from some other planet who just showed up, right? Like, how do we know? They're doing weird shit. Maybe they like cows, and maybe they like to eat steak like we do. Maybe they like women or men, and they steal them for who knows what, right? Like, come on. Like, why are we attributing all of these things on people that we have no even if they are people. Like, how do we even put those things? We're really good at just labeling things that, towards things that we currently know or understand or think we understand. And we're not really good. Like DJ's like, cool, I don't care. We'll figure it out. A lot of people are like, oh shit, I don't know what it is. I'm scared. Right. I think that's part of this disclosure part. This push is just go, hey, maybe there's some things that we don't understand and you don't understand, and maybe they're going on and we can't stop it anymore. Or maybe, you're going to see more of it. Maybe that's us and we're just making you believe that, but maybe it's a mixed bag. Maybe it's all the above. Right. But don't be afraid. I think is what the biggest thing is. You can't be afraid of the unknown. And I know it's hard for people because everybody is afraid of the unknown, right? That's why people go to church. Because somebody's going to tell you what to be afraid about or not.
That's There's a lot of reasons for it. What do you think about the Eisenhower doctrine?
Oh, you mean like you think that they signed an agreement with aliens?
Yes, because that would lend itself to why about the crashing gifting. Jacques Vallée talked about the gifting.
The gifting fields. Well, I've heard things too where there's a story that there was UFO on the ground in Mexico running with the door open, basically the keys in it. And I heard that it was a retrieval that we were just like, hey, thanks Mexico, that's ours. And but so there's things like that, right? I don't know. I mean, DeLong posited it at one point, and I don't remember if it was through one of the books or one of his podcasts or interviews, was, maybe they were seeding the same technology all over the planet to basically find out who's the toughest, right? Like, so basically, if they gave it to America and we were just like, cool, we're just going to kill everybody else, or vice versa, right? So that they would just interact with the people who won. Right? We don't want to work with everybody. We'll just give everything to everybody, and whoever's the toughest, we'll just talk to them. I mean, that's a theory, right? But I don't know.
There are some things to back up those claims. One of them, I guess, was the granddaughter of Eisenhower. Has discussed this. The other one,
Laura Eisenhower, is a hot mess. I mean, have you seen an interview with Laura Eisenhower? Oh wow, that's strap in for that one.
Okay, I got a 4-point harness.
You got to get a 5-point on that.
5-point harness. Okay.
You got to get a 5-point on that one.
F1,
yeah.
And then as well, the Dan Sherman, Way Above Black. And if you don't have that book, I'll send you a PDF of that book. It's only like 60 pages long. Okay. But in Dan Sherman's book, he talks about the program that he participated in. He was recently on with Jesse Michaels. He hasn't interviewed since the 90s.
Wow.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah, that's a hot minute.
And the woman who did an interview with him back then did a fantastic job, by the way. And this one by Jesse, essentially, he's talking about that he went to Fort Meade. He went there to learn SIGINT. He ended up being recruited into a program yet to be determined after he signed his NDA, and ultimately was to communicate with non-human intelligences. And what everybody knows what lat longs are in terms of navigation because we all use it. Yeah. But what a lot of people don't know are about MGRS coordinates. And MGRS coordinates are what we would use in a gunship to target, to get to a more finite position for ballistically fired weaponry.
Magnetic.
For laser guided weaponry, obviously, if I have a JTAC on the ground and he lasers this house, it goes to that laser spot, or a tank, or technical vehicle, etc. So, but MGRS coordinates are used for like ballistic type firing or precision guided munitions that are dropped to drop on coordinates. Anyway, long story short is that it seemed, I think what Dan was writing down were those letters and numbers that coordinate to MGRS, and that he was he found out there were a couple of abductions on those cords where or on or near those cords that he had communicated from the intelligence to wherever. He doesn't know what he typed in a computer, who he was typing to, and he didn't hit enter. He doesn't know. And one great thing about Dan Sherman is he does not try to sensationalize or expound upon tell you what he knows and what he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And when he found out, he thought that he was helping abductions. He pieced out.
Yep. Yeah. Well, there's.
So
I've
it's possible.
I've probably said it before, but just be careful of negative magnetic anomaly zones. All right.
Okay.
So if you look at those on a map, and it changes, right? It's fluctuating. It's not static, right? But USGS has a good map that you can go to, and it's. I don't know what the update is, but there's a pretty good update on negative magnetic anomaly zones, and you'll see some interesting Bigfoot sightings. You'll see some hotspots for UFO activity. You'll see some paranormal activity. You'll see some governmental activity. You'll see some bases. You'll see some, a lot of different things going on there, right? But like I said, they fluctuate. You'll see Skinwalker Ranch. You'll see some other ranches. You'll see some other things like that. And it's interesting to have that correlation. Might be part of my next book, but I don't know. I'm going to have to go out to these places and hang out to find out. I might not come back.
We'll get, what's his name to go with you? Carl the Crusher. I mean, he always goes and comes back, right?
There you go. I don't know.
We'll
We'll
get
get
that
that
guy.
guy. You go with me. We'll eat pizza. We'll hang out.
Man.
We'll get some pizza. Negative magnet. Bia, you in?
I'm in.
Oh, she's in. She's in. All right.
He's in. It doesn't matter what we're doing. She'll be like, I'm going to dominate this experience.
And doing
I'll be
it.
the line leader.
There you go. Do it. Just do it. Do it. That's awesome. What's this? What's the thing that frustrates you about the UFO? Should I read this?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Can you read it in your most, authoristic voice? What is the thing that frustrates you most about our government and UFO disclosure? What do you think they're hiding or holding back, John?
Oh,
sorry.
No, I like that one. That was a really good one. It's not them. They're not doing it. There's something that sits above that, and it's the people with the most money, the most resources, and the most assets that are non-governmental. They call them, interestingly enough, people like to slip this out every once in a while, a non-nation state. What would that be? That would be people that run industry, right? That own everything in the world, right?
The big four.
Oh yeah, could be that. It could be that, right? It could be even above that, right? So all the people that run the banks. Well, who runs the banks? Well, the people that own the banks. Who are those people, right? Who are those things? Yeah.
Bank of America.
That's it. It's America.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is what's going on, right? If you look back, you wouldn't have to answer to anybody, right? If you had advanced tech, you had the most money in the world, and you can move industries, people, places, it doesn't matter who's making the laws as long as you're printing the money, right? You can do whatever you need to. So what would that be? People will think they're special. People have all the money. Don't encourage DJ's exits. I like it. I think it's great. It's not Scottish, it's crap.
It's not Scottish, it's crap. In it.
Yeah. That's such a good one.
You know what's we have no fun on Cab. As you can tell, this show is not fun. We are serious here. Let's get a scowl and serious look on our face. There you go. There you go.
We're going to get to the bottom
Bia,
of disclosure.
Yeah, look serious, Bia. There you go. Yeah. Captain Blythe. I'm chasing that bloody whale. Herman Melville, where are you? Okay, so anyway. John, though, I guess the idea of Jacques Vallée says he believes that there has been gifting. I can tell you. Let me see how to couch this. Okay, so that was a theory that I poo-pooed completely at the beginning of Cab. Did not believe in the Eisenhower story whatsoever. Now it's come out in several, pretty high-placed sources, including like Jesse Michaels has interviewed people and seems to put some stock in it. Jacques Vallée obviously famously wrote about it. And I had a friend who may or may not have been an intelligence official. Mm-hmm. And so I presented this to him as a joke. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I don't believe that, man. I'm DJ and I'm really smart. And he's like, no, in fact, I think that's true. And he said to me, in fact, there are, let's say there's anecdotes of where they came in, took technologies back.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Heard
You're
that
like,
too.
You open the hangar door. What the fuck? Where'd it go?
Where's our shit?
Yeah. Where's our shit?
Who stole our shit?
There was
Russia?
a saucer here. It is now.
Russia stole our shit.
Right. Yeah, where's Firefox, man? What the hell's going on here?
What? Yeah, no, I've heard that
now,
too.
Have you heard that?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I the agreement thing just it makes me laugh a little bit because it's like an earthly thing to do, right? Like, what does that mean? Like, so we have to sign a treaty? Okay, cool. The only thing that makes me semi-entertain that idea is the work of the guy's name is escaping me right now. It's David Paulides, missing 411, where the disproportionate people are missing from national parks. Because I heard that part of the agreement with Eisenhower was that fair game national parks. That if you're in the national park, and you're a human, fair game for the others to take you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I stay the fuck out of a national park. I'm just telling you right now. I don't know. I like them, but I just don't go. I don't know. I don't know.
Get in there.
Yeah, I'm not paying. I don't know. You can catch me. Yeah, peace.
Being's like, hell no. Okay,
I'll stay on the outside. Yeah, like I'll get the telephoto lens from here. I'm cool. I don't need to see that shit. I'm fine.
I would love to see Abia's face if she were hired as a security manager at one of these highly classified facilities. And she's like, oh shit, man, I am deep into the six figures now. And this is your asset right here. And she signs her NDA, the whole nine, gets read in, can't tell the family. And then Monday morning she comes in and opens the hangar and she'll be like, holy shit, where's my UFO?
It's gone.
Be like,
You lost it on your first day.
yeah, first week, man.
Your first
You
week.
lost an extraterrestrial asset.
It's gone.
Yeah, how's that conversation going with the boss when you walk into their office?
Maybe I took him home for the weekend.
It's going to be too big for you to get.
I wanted to give my cousin a ride.
Like,
that was it.
Hey, boss, I have something to tell you.
I don't know how you're going to take. You better sit down.
It's going to be like in Stripes. Remember, John, when they lost that EM50? Bill Murray was supposed to guard it. And he said, where's my truck? Where's my fucking truck? John Larroquette. Oh my God, we're having way too much fun tonight. Like the office.
You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh about this whole thing, man. You got
I know.
to. Everybody, we talk about this all the time. People are like, "Oh, it's so serious." Like we were talking about earlier, like the whole Elizondo thing. Like, whatever, not the top of the food chain. Whatever, something bigger than us. Fuck, man. We eat everything. Who cares? They eat us. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there was a lot in there. There was a lot of different aspects to what he was saying.
I know.
Well,
Something
okay.
fucked with our DNA 70,000 years ago, and we got smarter, and then we killed everything. We made things extinct, and then dogs, wolves became dogs, and cool. Cool story, bro. Back it up. You know what does back that up? DNA. That's why I named the subtitle of my book, UFOs, DNA, and the Secret War on Human Potential, because DNA is highly sought after by the intelligence community, the people that are handling this shit, the people that are doing this stuff, because when you have an experience or you are an experiencer, your DNA is different. It changes. And they're trying to figure out how that happens and then duplicate that so that they can create super soldiers or enhance people, or better yet, neuter everybody and make you never have an experience again.
So, in other words, me. No, I'm serious
I'm
question now.
just bringing it down. Sorry.
No, serious question now.
Yeah.
Like me submitting my dog Athena's DNA to Wisdom Panel could be used against us to create a super dog.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Everybody's like, oh, I'm not going to do the 23andMe. And I'm like, dude, there's literally, I put it in the book. Literally, you can get somebody's DNA from the air, from me just talking right here, from like, I don't know, is it 8 feet away or something like that?
Really?
Yes. It's not like I have to go spit in a cup. It's like, It's airborne. You can do it. It's proven. They've been doing it for years, at least 20, right? So you don't need to worry about people's DNA. Oh, we got to get a blood type. No, dude, they got your DNA. So what does that mean? Are there markers? Yes. Dr. Gary Nolan thinks there's markers. Chromosome 7.
Mm-hmm.
He stated that. And kind of pushed me to write the book because of him being an asshole to me about something that I didn't even do. So, and it revolved around DNA and Andrew Razowitz, right? Andrew Razowitz is freaking out. He's a psychic firefighter. Didn't know what was happening to him. Became psychic. UFOs. Sees all this stuff. There she is.
This could be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to use this against me and Athena. So there you go. You guys are wondering what Athena was all about. God bless you, baby. I hope you don't. What if they program her to kill me? That could be a thing. You never know. One day I go to give her a treat. Next thing you know, I don't have a hand. So, I don't know.
She looks too nice to do that. But
I'm Mark. She is. She's very, very sweet. Let's be his niece. So
there you go.
Anyway,
Yes. But they would have to take her from you, right? To alter her DNA?
Well, we don't know that. I mean, well, what
I'm just
John's
saying, they may already have it, but
No.
they would have to access you, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Somehow?
I'll direct you guys to John Kiriaku's YouTube channel, the stuff that he's told in there. He says they can turn on your TV microphone when the TV's off and record you from there.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
15 years
all
ago,
kinds of
dude.
stuff. No, I know. Yeah, it's not new.
That's what I do
mean,
for like a living. Like, yeah.
Oh my god!
Uh-huh.
Do you think that we already have clone humans, just like they say about celebrities? I mean, do you think there's a facility filled with clone? I think she means clones, plural. Is that something that you subscribe to, John?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, okay, if you follow the 30-year rule, which I do, and legit laid out in the book, everything I said you can source. Every piece of technology is 30 years old.
Okay.
So if you cloned a Dolly sheep in 1999 or whatever the hell it was, right? Was it 99, 98, 99?
Pretty close. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That technology was 30 years old. And they're telling you about it then. So
Okay.
probably. But why the hell would you want to do that? But anyway.
Well, because CRISPR's been around for a decade now.
Mm-hmm. Publicly,
yeah, it's been around for a decade, and that's basically them being able to manipulate genes to let's say, create a somebody that's healthier or
taller,
bigger,
faster,
or
stronger,
taller.
yeah, smarter.
Yeah, because think about this. This is a
Blue hair,
theory.
blonde eyes, whatever.
Oh,
Reverse
I would like that. Yeah. Actually, right now I have blue eyes and no hair.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
used to have blonde hair. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
I have long thought that this is probably one of the few conspiracy theories that I have that I don't think I've ever talked about this in my life.
Break
Yeah.
it down. Break
Anybody.
it down, DJ. Represent. Come on, man. Tell us.
If
It's a safe place.
If you look, I'll have a pink slip tomorrow. If cancer were to be cured, how would that affect world population? Because there's a big problem in terms of food right now, of resources, declining resources, food, clean water. All those things have been in decline for decades. The Amazon, if you've seen those photos of the Amazon rainforest there in Brazil and other parts of South America that it covers, and you look at photos from the 70s and look at it now, it'll blow your mind. And from the NASA satellites, you can see what they look like, how they've been deforested. So is it possible that you don't want to cure these things because it is a form of population control?
Of course.
Okay.
And business.
And business too. Yeah. But
yeah.
So business for sure. I mean, because that's where the whole oil thing versus 0 point energy is that what you're talking about right there for sure, Bia. But in terms of population control, if people don't pass, how do we feed everybody? When people are living longer, the average expected age going from let's say 1760 to now has gone up, what, 25 years? Easily. If not more than that. Wasn't the average age like 50?
Yeah, if you made it to 50, you were like like the oldest dude ever. Like if you were like 35, 40, you had a good life.
Yeah. So, yeah, because there's so many things that could take you out that we didn't have vaccinations for and things like that.
Diphtheria, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, anything. Malaria.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I got a cold. The big like the leading cause of death was January. Literally for like 50 years or something. It was like, oh, it's January.
That is so
It's
funny.
fucking cold outside. Seriously, look it up.
No, I don't doubt it.
Consumption.
I've told people that when I was a kid in New York in the wintertime, going out and doing things out in the cold, it was a whole different ball game without Gore-Tex and without having boots and things that were insulated to the level using synthetic materials like they are today, you know, and probably, obviously, I probably didn't have things that Alaskans might have worn and things like that. It was very having gloves that would keep your hands warm. You know, now, I mean, you can buy shit that, you know, you can be warm, you know, all the time out there. And I do. But when I had a lot of trouble with that in the 70s, it was very difficult.
Yeah, 4 pairs of socks. Seriously.
Yeah, to do long treks in the woods like that, you know, it's very
4 pairs of socks. You got the bread bag in your socks too, so your feet don't get wet. Remember that?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I've wrapped my feet in saran wrap before. Yeah, we did all those things. Yeah, Gen X froze our arses off. Yeah, I mean, Jonna was in Canada. She would know. It was even significantly colder up there.
Yeah.
Where she was from, but yeah,
people
we had
die.
Easy. Yeah, Wonder Breads over my side.
Yeah, seriously, that's what we did. We Wonder Breaded the shit out of it because that way you didn't get wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. So I could see how you're saying that you could be taken out by anything. You could get frostbite, you could lose a limb, and then that could lead to infection, and then, you know, anything could take you out. So
just the sniffles. Yeah. Well,
So-
I think that's part of it. I mean, like, look, Magic Johnson hasn't died.
Right, because of modern medicine. Yeah, he's had
Seriously.
AIDS for what, 30 years now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Modern medicine, he can afford those drugs that have kept him alive. Yeah, because he thought he would die. There was that whole thing where Karl Malone's like, man, I don't know if I want to play next to Magic.
Yep.
And he's like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I mean, think about that. I mean, it's huge. Well, bringing it back to Blink 182, another part of the book. Mark Hoppus. Mark Hoppus had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Was not on speaking terms with Tom DeLonge. Tom DeLonge found out about it, called him up, said, dude, sorry, been doing this UFO thing. It's bullshit. We're going to fix this. We'll figure it out. Let's get back together. The Mark Hoppus doesn't have stage 4 pancreatic cancer anymore. How many people you know walk away from stage 4 pancreatic cancer? None.
I don't know anybody.
I know personally people that have died from it instantly. It's just like, oh shit, they're here today, and just boom, right?
Yes, that's my experience with it.
And I'm not talking about money and the hidden science and any of the shit behind this, but I followed some breadcrumbs, and I lay it all out in the book. Is that DeLonge knew a guy named Dr. Bill Bengston, and Bill Bengston has a book, and I think he just passed away, but he has a book, a couple different things. It's called The Energy Cure, and he hates the name of the book because it's not to do with energy, but basically they've been able to reproduce this in multiple clinical scientific studies where they have intention. And he has a thing called rapid image, and I'm going to mess it up. It's called rapid image cycling. So basically, it's kind of like a vision board where you think of all the cool things you want, you know, and it's very personal to you. So like, I want this Ferrari, and I want this beach house, and I want this plane, and I want to, you know, have this suit, and you want to have blue hair, and you know, blonde hair. My fault. Any hair, and then you know, you go through this whole thing, and you just keep rapidly, you know, going through this in your mind. Blah, 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 blah. So it's it sounds very egotistical, right? Where you're just like, oh, I want all of this shit. But they found out that if you do this for, they took, this is true. It's all in the book. It's all been reproduced all over the world. You take these mice and you inject it with the form of cancer, that in 28 days, that mouse is dead no matter what, right? I think it's metastatic, I think it's breast cancer, right? Or something with breast cancer. So they use it to study, right? To try to, okay. So they've done this thing on these mice, right? And like really close to the end, these mice look horrible. Like the cysts look like they're going to blow up, and it's like, there's no way these mice are going to make it. And then they come back, right? And they're younger looking, and they move, and they don't die, right? The cancer doesn't. The crazy part about that is that you take the blood out of that mouse and you give it to another mouse in Korea that you gave the same type of cancer to. It cures that mouse's cancer, which is even more baffling, right? So then
What's
there were
the material that they're giving it.
just the blood from that mouse. They're not doing anything else.
Okay, no, I mean, what?
So they're doing the rapid image cycling. They're just putting their hands around this cage of this mouse, and they're just going through that. Like, I want a Ferrari. I want my hair. I want. That's it.
And that cures it.
So then they got even wilder, and we're like, okay, well, what if we did this with like cotton? So they could like store it in cotton, and then they would like give the cotton to the mice that had the cancer, and then those mice were cured. They're like, oh, let's do it with water. Okay, we'll do it with water. Just water. We need water, and then we'll just give that. Yes, that worked too. Then they're like, okay, let's just do it with audio. Like, we're just going to record in the room. These mice have cancer. We're going to do the same thing. I put my hands on both sides of the cage, and we're just going through. I want a Ferrari, blah, 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 blah. And nothing. There's no visual. I mean, I'm not saying anything a lot. It's just I'm in the room doing this, and they record it. It's absolutely nothing on the waveform, right? It's just flat, and they just played that on the other side of the world for these mice with cancer, and it cured their cancer.
This is very curious. I've never heard of this.
No, Dr. Bill Bingston. Check it out. So,
okay.
I thought to myself, I'm like, holy shit. Tom's on this, path, right? And he figured this out because Tom talked about this before. And that's how I found out about it. He talked about the mice being cured of cancer. And I'm like, who else is doing this? And I found Bingston. And I don't know if I asked him. I asked him via somebody else's podcast or live chat or something like that. Like somebody else was talking to him, and I asked him like, "Hey, if this, I know NDAs and all these things were to happen, did this happen?" And he said, because of HIPAA, I cannot tell you. basically he says, like, because of HIPAA, I can't tell you anything about that. And so to me, I'm thinking, holy shit. So there's people that are practitioners that Bill Bingston taught everybody this. He has the books and like audio and all this stuff, and it just teaches you how to do the whole thing. And there's people that have been doing it for years and are practitioners, and you can pay them and they can do it. Like the crazy part is too, they started doing things where they give you an envelope, stack of envelopes of dogs and things that were sick or cancer or whatever, right? And you don't even know what's going on. And they're just handing an envelope to you, and you're just doing the, yep, cool, I want my Ferrari, all that stuff, envelope, next envelope, and there's a picture of the dog in there or whatever, right? And then the dog that needs cured gets cured, right? It's crazy.
He is the author of Contact and Control, ladies and gentlemen. He is Jon Majerowski. He is a fascinating human being.
I don't know if I'm human. Am I human?
As far as I know. That's not been proven, but if you can do your 23andMe, never mind. That's
percentage. There's a small, yes. Partially human.
Partially human, as far as we know.
As far as I know. I don't even know. I don't know. I've been told weird things.
I would
My mom, she says some shit to me. I don't know.
I am going to send you the Dan Sherman book because that did you hear? Have you heard the narrative that captain told him?
No.
That, hey, you're okay. Basically, when he gets taken behind closed doors at Fort Meade, and this captain says to him, "Okay, this is going to sound weird, but your mother was kidnapped abducted by another intelligence in 1962. You were manipulated. And he's going, oh my God. He's like, no, you're human, but you've been manipulated. And that's the reason why we felt you had the ability to learn how to communicate with another intelligence. And that's why we selected you. So he'd already signed his NDA and all that. So I'll send you the book so you can read it.
Oh, yeah.
You'll read it in probably 30 minutes. So
I've heard that the Rh negative factor has a big play in that as well.
Oh, the blood type?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I mean, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that. So
I don't know. It could be just disinformation. Who knows?
Oh, there's Steve. Hi, Steve.
Steve.
No problem that you're late. His wife is his girlfriend, but maybe it's going to be his wife, attorney Nan Gallagher. She has contributed to CAB on probably a dozen occasions to break down cases and trials and explain the law to us. So, in fact, she's healing right now. She's been sick. Tell Nan, I hope she feels better, Steve.
We'll do the energy healing, man. There you go.
I want you got to send me the script. I want a Ferrari. I want
it's just something what you want. It's just all these things. All these things that you really, really want. And you got to. It's gonna be like a red Ferrari with the
Ferrari,
chrome wheels. Like you got to be really specific about the whole thing, man.
12-cylinder.
Yeah.
6-speed with the little slots for the gear shift.
See, right?
So I get in the right gear.
Which sounds so counterintuitive because you're like, I want all of this shit for myself. You're like, how is that helping anybody? But I don't know. But it's so weird, right? Like, I don't know.
It's like, I got that all the time. I wanted a new driveway. I got that. I wanted the little sidewalk around this.
See?
Anyway, all right.
See? It came true.
Yeah, through hard work.
Yeah.
Bia,
what do you want, Bia? What do you want? We're talking about sidewalks. What do you want? You got good hair already. You're beautiful. Yeah. You got good hair. Everything's good. I don't know. What do you need? What do you need?
I don't know. I guess I haven't thought about it.
No, swear to God, I honestly went through this whole entire.
Grateful.
There you go.
Start by being grateful. How about that?
I went through the book and I stopped there. I stopped at the part where you have to have like 20 things that you really, really want, and I'm like, dude, I can't. I feel weird. Like I don't know. Like I don't want. Like I got like 2, and I'm like, I don't know. It just feels weird. It's like counterintuitive to me anyway. It's like, I don't know, like a red t-shirt. I don't know. Fuck. I don't. What do I want?
I'll write out 20 of them. I'll figure it out. Anyway, if it'll help somebody, I'll figure it out to at least say it.
Yeah.
So once again, folks, the book is Contact and Control by Jon Majerowski. He is a very thoughtful, intuitive, and learned person. John, let Boston Bia say goodbye, and then we'll share the link to your book in the chat.
One more thing: if anybody wants an autographed copy, Amazon will rip you off. I'm sorry, just how it works. But if you go to contactandcontrol.com, email me. It's contactandcontrol@gmail.com. Say, John, I want a book. $25. If you're in the U.S., I'll ship it to you, autograph it, and say whatever the hell you want on the inside of it, and send it to you. Okay. So, there you go.
Yeah, hopefully next time you come back, I'll have a full head of hair. But so, Contact and Control. There's the link. And yeah, thank you for being here with us tonight.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you. We've had a great time with you.
It was a pleasure to meet you. I'm glad you have all your hair.
It's me. Thank you.
At least one of us does.
No, DJ, I love you, man. I'm sorry. It's just so easy, man. I love you. Come on, man. I love you, dude. Seriously. No, seriously. Yeah. I've been coming on your show since like 6 years ago, dude. I was like episode 5 or something, right? Like episode 7.
Yeah, it was. It's pretty early on, man. I'm really happy. We're gonna have our anniversary episode in September.
Nice.
So we're trying to get all the cabbies back on for that episode.
Rad.
I think what date are we targeting, Bia? Is it 19th?
Isn't it the 19th?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
just like a pop in and be like, hey, what's up?
Yes, pop in,
cool.
say hello.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, just say how much smarter Nathan is than me, and then take off.
Yeah.
All right.
Shit. Well, shout out to Akashic Chris for making the cool thumbnail. That was rad, by the way. Thank you.
Akashic, the legend.
I was like, why'd you get my picture and turn me into this smart looking dude? What
James
happened?
Bond. Oh man.
Like all serious about it. I got a vein popping out of my forehead and everything, like trying to study. So it was great, man. Like, gosh.
If James Bond was in cyber, right? That's what he would look like. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Maybe. I don't know.
everything's made. John's like, he's not signing on 100% to anything.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Thank
Mazel
you.
tov, everybody.
I knew I was going to have fun tonight, but not this much fun. So thank you. Thank you, everybody in the chat.
Thank you, everybody.
All the people who came to see John. And we'll have you back on again. I'll send you a link for September. All right.
Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Bye, John. Thank you.
All right. On behalf of John and Boston Bia, this is DJ saying peace out, one love, and we will see you down the road.